Hi guys, Video Game Viewer here, bringing you the review of Cyberpunk 2077. Was it worth the hype? Was it worth the wait of 7 years? Let's find out. Short answer, no. I went into this game totally expecting your run-of-the-mill gaming experience. A lot of people put such high expectations on this game that it just was never, ever, ever going to live up to what they had trumped this game up to be. People were expecting mind-blowing graphics and a story that they were treating it like it was the second coming of Christ. And I'm sorry to say, it's just your regular, ordinary RPG gaming experience. So I'll start with gameplay. You start out the game by, like most RPGs, creating your character, designing them, tattoos, scars, right down to the genitalia of your character. I don't know why I'd want to design that, but okay. And then you're thrown into the game world with a storyline and perks and skills and that you will gain over time by doing various missions around the world as you progress through the storyline. It's nothing new here, guys. The gameplay is the tried and true RPG standard. They didn't break the mold, and that's okay, really. It's a formula that works, and why fix something that isn't broken? Now, I will say this. Character movement is very janky, guys. Something is off. Aiming is off. Moving feels stiff. Just the controls and the movements, something is just off about them, and it really bothers me. And it's one of those things where you kind of can't put your finger on what exactly it is. But it's definitely there, and I'd like to see some smoother movements from my character, better shooting mechanics. Something just feels off about the first-person gunplay in this game, or even using the melee weapons. Something feels off. Yes, I know you can unlock perks and skills that make you quicker at aiming down sights and more agile when moving, such as the double jump, but it's not that, guys. It's something else. Now I want to take a moment and talk about graphics. Again, people put very high expectations on this game for it's going to have mind-blowing graphics, and I'm sorry to say, again, it falls short on those expectations. Now, I've seen a broad range of comments from everything from people saying it looks gorgeous, I love it, it's an amazing looking game, to people saying that it looks like absolute trash, they hate the graphics, and I think I fall somewhere in the middle. It's not a horribly looking game, but it's not the best looking game I've ever seen either. I've also seen screen tearing, frame rate drops. Many people have had frame rate drops. The game freezing. It's just a mess right now, and in that respect. And this isn't anything that a patch can't fix, but in fact, right here you're actually going to see an example of graphical error there on the guardrail. So it has its issues, but those will all be patched, and if you're watching this review at some point in the future, it probably has already been patched. So, again, not the best looking game to ever come out, but certainly not the worst. I think it's passable. It looks pretty good. Now on to voice acting, music, and sound effects. The game has a very large cast, all of which I think did a phenomenal job reading their lines of dialogue. They're very convincing, no problems in the voice acting department. Characters were very convincing. They sounded good, they sounded authentic, and they sounded in character. Music-wise, you're going to get a lot of music that is electronica or synth sounds, so expect a lot of that playing on the radio, none of which I found very familiar or enjoyable, or, I didn't find any music that I could, bob my head to or be like, yeah, that song's came on, like you do in a Grand Theft Auto game where a certain song comes on that you like. You're not going to have any of that here. As far as sound effects go, the world and the environment sounds authentic, it sounds realistic. I feel the guns could have used a little more time designing the gun sound effects, but nothing horrible here in the sound department. Everything is pretty top-notch here, actually, when it comes to the voice acting and the sound effects and the music. So, no complaints there. Very good sound design for this game overall. So now I want to talk about the storyline, guys. I'm about 10 hours in, which is close to halfway. CD Projekt Red did say this game was about 25 to 30 hours long. And obviously all the footage you're seeing is early game footage. You know, not far into the game at all, so try to keep it spoiler free. But the game just isn't memorable. This game seems to not really succeed in any area. Graphics, sound, gameplay, or story. It doesn't necessarily fail in any of these respects, but it's just not anything we haven't seen before in a game. This game was trumped up to be something, and it's not what we got. So the game, like I said, has no memorable moments, no memorable characters. Where was this engrossing storyline? Where were these characters that I couldn't forget? And the storyline that I couldn't put down, you know, and the storyline that after you beat the game sticks with you for weeks. Where is that? It's just not here. Sorry to disappoint, but it's just not. And I don't know if I'm going to piss off fanboys by saying this, but, you know, I'm not a paid YouTuber. I'm not a paid video game reviewer, so I'm giving you an honest review. You are the ones that are going to have to go spend your money on this, and you shouldn't be duped out of your money. Is this game worth buying? That's what we're really here to decide. And yes, it is worth buying. I think it's worth taking a journey through Night City and experiencing it. The world is diverse, and it's unique to look at, and the storyline is enjoyable. It's just not anything special. So if you're going into this game, guys, expecting some mind-blowing, life-changing gaming experience, it's just not here to be had. It's your standard run-of-the-mill game. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this review. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Make sure you hit that like button, because that always helps me out. And make sure you hit that bell notification icon for alerts on when I upload news, reviews, live stream. Speaking of live streaming, check me out over on Twitch, guys, at Video Game Viewer. Check me out on the Instagrams at Video Game Viewer 21. And check me out on Twitter at jsnyder610. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
City like any other, just bigger.